You guys are doing okay out there? You guys remember what's happening tomorrow?
Yeah,
Quiz.
we have a quiz.
Quiz, yes. Yay. I don't know. That might not be your reaction, but oh, I need to all right. One thing I'm gonna do. Let me see. I don't think I've done this yet. There is a practice final exam. Oh shit. Is it one of the in-class quizzes? No, the only in-class quiz we had, I think, was the first quiz, right? So the only in-class stuff is the midterm and the final. Yeah, so this is going to be a regular quiz. Regular quiz. Everybody okay? What's up? Somebody need to say something? What's happening? Okay, let me mute everybody. Now hold on. I'm gonna, oh, Nikes. You guys, let me know if you have a question. Think about it. I'm gonna do something real quick here that I just thought about. All right, there we go. Get in there. Why are you not letting me? Okay, there you go. Technology, you will do what I want. All right. Pop and edit and Chumbawamba. Bam. Update module. Okay, so now, not to freak you guys out, but it is coming up. Let me become a student. And let me put this at the very top. Well, it's too late. Oh, there we go. It is at the top. Look, practice final exam. Oh my God, Jeff. Everybody with me? So you can try this out if you want to. If you don't want to do this, you don't have to, right? So it's up there, and there's going to be a, what do you call it? Solutions. Will it be a video, Jeff? I don't know. But there will be solutions up there of some form, or we'll do that. We might work on that in class. We'll see. What time is the quiz due? Is that the question? It'll probably be due Friday morning. Yeah, okay. All right, guys. Nobody wants to show their face today. That's fine. I can try to work with that. Oh, there's somebody. There's two people. One of people in the car. Just be careful. No questions from anything, guys? Do you guys have any questions? Homework stuff? No?
Oh,
No?
wait,
Okay.
I had one more question. It was the last question I had from 4-2. It was like number 6. It had to do with like the vertical change of 89% or something.
Oh, let me see if this online version is the same question. I think this is the one. Is this the same as what you got?
Yeah.
Okay. So I think in number 5, you determined the, let's see, what was it? Blah, 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 blah. How long the span is in feet.
Yeah, and I followed your advice and I solved it.
Okay. So you know how long it is. Oh, let me catch up to where I am here. Oh, so now in number 6, they give you the vertical height, and now they want to know what horizontal distance you cover. So let's see. So in number 5, you determined how long the actual bridge is, right?
Yeah.
You determined this distance.
Yep.
And now they're telling me that the height change is 89.6 feet. And now they're asking me what this is. What is this distance here? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that just good old? Isn't that yeah?
The word I can't pronounce.
Pythagorean?
Yeah, I can never pronounce it.
You can just call it pithy.
That works for me.
50 theorem. I got a lisp. Yeah, okay. Maybe. So you know what this is? Oh shit, I keep moving this over here. You know what this is from number 5?
Yep.
And they give you this, and I just got to figure out what this side is. You can call it A.
Okay.
1, 2, yeah.
Okay. That makes sense. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. All right, nothing else, I guess. All right, so what we're gonna do today, let me find where we left off. Bop, bop, bop. Oh my God. We talked about quadratic stuff. We talked about, let's see, where did we leave off? I don't think we quite finished this up, did we? Did we? Oh yeah, we did. That's right. We looked at the homework real quick for a little bit, all about football. So I'm sorry if that's not your favorite sport. Go my favorite sports team. All right, so that's where we left off, I believe. Let's see, did we get into, no, that's right. That is exactly where we left off. So there's no other questions. We're going to get back into section 4.8. All right, no other question. Okay. I really hope you guys are doing okay. We're almost done. You got a practice final up there if you want to try it out. All right, so let's take a look at this. And maybe here, maybe before I get back into 4.8, just to remind you guys about section 4.7. You know, if they give you a graph, you can identify the parts. I think most of you guys are starting to understand what it means when it asks you, what is the intercept and what does it mean? It's almost more important to be able to tell me what it means, right? Don't just say when X is 0, then Y is the, no, that's not what it means. What does it physically mean, right? I think most of you guys are understanding. It's not a definition question. It's just, what the hell would that mean to me? If I was the person making this graph, what would it mean to me in the real world? And we know that things in this form make the curviness. If A is negative, does anyone remember what that means about the shape of the graph if A is negative? If that number A is negative, does anyone remember what that means about what the graph is going to do?
Yeah, it like curves down.
Yeah, and if the A is negative,
It's gonna be like U.
yeah, it's always a U, but if A is negative, it's a down. It's like sad, which makes sense. It's negative. It's not happy. If A is positive, then it'll be an up U, right? So it's always a U. It's just sometimes it's down and sometimes it's up. And that's determined by, is the A positive or negative? It's sort of related to, even more related to this than you know at the moment, it's sort of related to slope. Not in the same sense. So like slope, if I have a positive slope, it means the line's going up. If I have a negative slope, it means the line's going down. So this number is kind of like another level of slope. If it's negative, it means the curvature is down. If it's positive, that means the curvature is up. I don't know. You guys okay with that? Is that really like crazy important? Not necessarily, right? But it is sort of important. Okay. Let me clear all this away. So this last section here was all about quadratic functions. Does anyone know something called, have we talked about this? Quadratic formula? I can't remember. I don't think we talked about that. Okay. Does that phrase mean anything to anybody? Quadratic formula? Uh-oh, somebody just left. I scared somebody away. Quadratic formula, does that bring back any memories of anything?
Yeah, it's a little scary, but somewhat easy because you're just plugging in things.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird place where you just plug shit in, but then the thing looks horrible and you're like, where'd that come from? So it's the whole negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a, blah, blah, blah. All right. Anyway, so I don't think we've talked about that. I'm pretty sure, but okay. Let me see. All right, let's get into this next section here. Well, let's see. Maybe let's do this. I'm a little worried about you guys. Look at number 1 here. Okay, let's do a little bit of your homework together. What do you guys think? Okay. Sounds good to me, Waller. All right. Don't say anything yet. They give you this graph about how high above the ground was the ball when it was kicked. So this takes a little bit of estimation.
How tall is the person, or how high is the person's foot? Like, because
Well,
it doesn't.
No, we don't have to know any of that because I
Okay.
have the graph. Can
About
somebody tell me
3
how big is each one of these tick marks?
5 feet.
5 feet.
Yeah, 5. So if this is 5, how high off the ground was it roughly?
3 feet. 3 feet.
Maybe 3, maybe 2, somewhere in there, right? 2.5. You guys see that?
Mhm.
So it's just using the scale to estimate where that hits the y-axis, because that would be 0 at the beginning, right? That would be before it's been kicked, or right when it's kicked, right? Which kind of makes sense. So this is obviously, is this a punter? Yeah, it's a punter. So he's got the ball in his hand and he drops it and then he kicks the ball. So it's obviously not on the ground. You guys with me? It's not the kickoff. Even then it's not on the ground, but it's closer. All right. Anyway, don't get too excited. That's the only problem I'm going to do with you. Ha ha ha. So you just got to be careful about what the tick marks are. Estimating what this is, you got to know what the tick marks are to estimate this. All right, enough of that. So you guys got to get into that bad boy and try it out. Blah, 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 blah. All right, so now the next section, I told you it's going to be a little algebra. It's going to be getting, unfortunately, it's more business stuff. They just love the business stuff. So let's try some of this out. We should be able to piece this together. All right, now read through this, guys. Try to do as much as you can with number 1 here. They give you this information. Let's see what you can do with what they've told you. They give you a big old hint here. Okay, I'll shut up. You guys try to do what you can. Oh. Oh. Oh, I get a chat. Hello, yes. Patrick, are you okay? What's going on? Patrick? Oh, well, no, you're not. There are many other people here, Patrick. I don't know why it's telling you that. Okay, I can see you fine. That's kind of weird. Yeah, go ahead and try to reconnect. That's fine. Okay. All right, I'm going to start to catch up with you guys a little bit. So here's the points you can write from the situation, right? 400 jars, 12 bucks each. And of course, she's going to sell more if she lowers the price, right? I like it. That only makes sense. Of course, if you lower the price too much, you're not recouping your costs. If you raise the price too much, you're not selling enough. So it sounds like there's a sweet spot somewhere. Has anyone figured out the slope of this relationship yet? Right, can do that. The slope is not going to be pretty. Poor little slope.
I got negative 80 over 2.
Be careful now. What goes in the top?
No, negative 2 over 80.
Yes. The y's go on the top. So it'll be 12 minus 10 over 400 minus 480, or vice versa. Either way you do it, you get negative 2 over 80, which of course is also known as negative 1 over 40. Which is also known as negative 0.025, I believe. Let's not go there. Let's keep it like this. Now, oh shit. That's just the slope. I need to get this equation, right? So let me show you something. Is anybody doing any work past the slope? Has anybody gotten further than the slope? Has anyone gotten closer to getting the equation? There's a relationship between price I set it at and jars I sell. So we're trying to figure out what that relationship is. We're assuming it's linear, which might be kind of a big assumption, but normally it works pretty good. Are you guys at all with me? And again, I really don't want this to become a business class. That is definitely not my intention, because I personally dislike business concepts. I just do. This isn't crazy hard business, though. This is very straightforward business. Has anyone gotten anybody know what to do next to get that equation? What else do we need?
The B part of the equation?
Say again, sorry. Yes.
The B part of the
I
equation?
need to know what the hell the B is. So let me give you a different way to do this. Remember this equation over here? Do you see where I'm at over there? There I am. I'm over here. All right. Remember this equation? Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Do you guys remember that? Anybody? Oh shit. At least Tristan's being honest.
Yes.
Does somebody else remember this equation? All right.
Briefly.
All right, briefly, interesting. Shit, maybe I should use that. Well, let me give you a different way to do this. I know the equation is in this form, correct? For two reasons. One, they said it's linear, and two, they said it's in this form, so it's pretty direct. Do we know what m is? Yes, I know what m is. Do I know what b is? No, I don't know what b is. But don't I know an x and a p? Don't I? Don't I know two situations?
Yes.
Can you pick one of them for me? Which one do you want to use?
412.
Yes, so right there, I know that when, in fact, be really careful here. Isn't this jars and price, right? In fact, what do they use? I don't know, these people are so weird. This is jars and price, right? So let me put in here, when the jars is 400, the price is 12. Do you guys, I really want you with me on this. Do you see what I just did? Doesn't this equation, doesn't this point, there's the word, Jeff. Somebody's chatting at me. Okay, doesn't this point say when P is 12, okay, P is 12, X is 400, okay, X is 400. Yes, and now look what I can do. Look what I can do. Can I solve for B? Doesn't 40 go into 400? Nice, thank the gods.
It's gonna be 2.
I think so. So 40 goes into 400 10 times. Is that cool? Be really
Yep.
careful. 12 equals -10 plus B. So how do I solve for B?
Add 10 to each side.
Add 10, yeah,
Add 10.
22.
Yeah, okay, I like
20.
22 equals B. Now don't circle that and keep going. What's my equation now? P equals the slope times X plus B. There's the equation of the price. So you can see if I want to sell more jars, the price needs to go down. Do you guys see that that's what that says? If I want X to go up, price has got to go down. And again, doesn't that make sense? If they suddenly took the price of a PlayStation 5 down to 20 bucks, would somebody out there go buy it?
Oh, people are buying it now. But
I know. Not for 20 bucks.
Professor, I think I missed a step here. Do you mind?
Sure, go ahead.
So we got 22 equals B. Did you just take that and plug that into the original equation and that's it?
Yeah, so we know the equation is this.
Yeah.
We know M, and by doing this process, we figured out B. So now I can just plug that in. There.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Now, real quick, I want you guys to realize something. Do you guys understand right here, we had a choice to make. This point was what was chosen. What if we would have chosen this point? Would we have gotten a different B? No. How many points does a line go through?
An infinite amount.
Infinite number. How many y-intercepts does a line have?
Just one.
Just one. Normally, we'll just say one. Should it matter then which point on the line I pick to find the y-intercept? No. There's an infinite number of points all on that line. They should all lead me back to the same y-intercept. So let's see. What if I do this again, but I use the other point? I use 480 and 10. What do I get? I get 10 equals -1/40 times 480 now plus B, right? I'm going to plug that in for there and that in for there. 40 goes into 480, 120, no, 12 times, Jeff. There you go, buddy. Do you see how I end up with the same thing? B equals 22. Can somebody give me a reaction? Are you guys okay out there? So it doesn't matter which point you pick if you have multiple points. Why is the
No.
400x instead of y? All right. Because of a couple things. They told me right here, see this? See right over here? They want the input to be jar sold and the output to be price. Could it have been the other way? Of course, it could have been the other way. But this is how we do it. This is kind of the established way we do it. Is that okay?
That's
So
okay.
there's a couple. Okay, so there's a couple of different levels to that question. One is, does it have to be that way? No. So why is it the way? Because this problem wants it that way. And to be honest, that's actually the way it's done in business analysis kind of stuff. Okay. That's a lot of shit on the screen. I'm sorry. Hopefully you followed along. If somebody just logged in now, they'd be like, what the hell? All right. Let me clear this away and let me clear this away. Hold on. Here's good. It's all going to go away. Ready? Clear. Okay. So just to kind of remind you guys, let me write down a couple important things. So when it was 400, that's when it was sold at 12. When it was 480, that's when it was sold at 10. Right? And we figured out that the relationship between the amount of jars sold and the price is this. Okay, I like it. Now, can somebody help me out? Look at this. Look at this. This is jars and the price per jar, right? Can somebody tell me what the profit is here? In this situation, don't overthink it. Just if I sell 400 jars at 12 bucks each, not my profit, let me be careful. What's my revenue? How much money do we pull in if we sell 400 jars, 12 bucks each?
4,800.
I like it. So what you did was you took jars times price per jar. Of course you did. That only makes sense, correct? What's the revenue for this one? For 80 jars, $10. What's the revenue?
Same.
Same. Interesting. 480 times 10, $4,800. All right, so what we're going to try to find. Oh, where's the chat? I predict that 11 jars will be the best way to get revenue, but we're going to have to bring cost in. All right, now hold on. I know, just stay with me. I dislike business topics. I do. I'm not saying anything against anybody that loves business. Obviously, I love math. Holy shit. I live in a world where most of the people in the world think I'm insane. So I'm cool with that. I personally just don't like business stuff. But stay with me, stay with me, stay with me. This isn't that crazy. I'm going to clear this away. I'm just trying to get us ready for what I think their next step is. Let me clear all this away. Keep track of this for me. This is important, obviously. Clear. Oh, right here. Isn't this, I really want, now good. This is perfect. This is where I thought they were going to go. And yes, I'm giving away that I didn't even look at this ahead of time. What the shit? All right, I want to remind you guys, when I had sold 400 jars, that was $12 each. Didn't we do 400 times 12? Isn't the formula P equals negative? Let me write this formula somewhere. Right there, Jeff. All right. That's a 1, not an I. Poor little dude. Ah, crappity doo da blah. All right, hold on. Hold on. Oh, why can't I write? All right. All right, stay with me, stay with me, stay with me. Stay with me now. Can somebody remind me what variable this is? What variable this is? You can do it. I just had it up here a minute ago. What variable is the first piece of the point?
12 is P.
12 is P.
This is X.
That's X. I like it. So when we figured out, now stay with me, stay with me. When we figured out the revenue, didn't we do X times P? Isn't that what we did? X times P, isn't that what we did? So look, 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 bam, bam-a-rama. Good job, book. You caught up to us. Go, book. I really want you guys with me on this. I don't like the way the book just sort of like says, here's the equation. No, it's the equation because it makes sense. We did it without even knowing the equation, correct? It's just what we freaking do. All right. Now watch this. Isn't the equation for P this? Of course it is. We just figured out what it was, right? And isn't revenue X times P? All right. What is P though again? Isn't P this? Isn't that what the price is? Isn't that P? Isn't that the whole thing we did on the first problem? So can't I just plug that in? Isn't that what P is? So I'm just going to plug it in. I don't know. Is everybody, are you guys okay out there?
Yes.
Okay. This makes so much sense because the price that I set my jars, where am I from? The price that I set my jars at affects the number of jars I sell. So there's a relationship between the number of jars I sell and the price. So I should be able to rewrite the price in terms of the number of jars I sell. Now, look, what can I do with this? I know it's a little ugly. It's got a gross negative fraction in there, but what do I do when I have something sitting in front of a parenthesis thing? What do I do with this? What can I do?
Divided by,
Distributive property.
Distribute it. I like it.
Yeah.
Is that what somebody's saying in chat? Yes, you got it. And what's going to happen? What is x times x? X times negative 140x. So what's x times x?
Yeah,
X.
x squared.
X squared.
S
X
squared.
squared. I love it. People in the chat too. Thank you. And then of course, x times 22.
22x.
Could somebody tell me what shape the revenue function would take if I graphed it?
A
What shape?
frowny face.
Frowny face.
It's gonna, yeah.
This
Yeah.
is exactly how they reference it in business meetings. Sir, let me show you the revenue frowny face. Go ahead, Johnson. All right, this is exactly how a meeting works. So revenue frowny face. I like it. So you don't want to be on the sides of the frowny face. You want to be right at the top. You want to be close to the nose. That's my nose. That's my little tiny beady eyes. All right, it's my big ass nose. All right. That's just looking weird. All right, let me see, somebody's in chat. Parabola, yes, parabola. Not just one bola, you got a parabola. Now, and again, hopefully somebody out there, does anyone out there, let me ask this question because I've already shit on business a lot. Anybody out there interested in business ideas? Anybody interested in business stuff?
Yep. I
Yes, okay. And again, I apologize. I'm not meaning to say business sucks.
I'll
Personally,
trust
I
you.
just
I'm
don't.
not taking it personally.
Good. Just like personally, I don't like Brussels sprouts. So you can
I
have
do
all my
Brussels sprout, so I'm with you there.
Okay, okay. I'm not saying they're horrible. I'm not saying people shouldn't eat them. I'm just saying you can have all of mine if anybody likes them. Now, coming back, I'm sorry, focus. This is interesting though, because this is very close. This is, hopefully you can definitely understand that this is simplified from a business that has a lot of variables that go into it, but this is still decent analysis for a business to do, to try to figure out the price point. What should we set the price of our product at, right? So of course, I cannot do that until I factor in the cost. So here they got the cost. So they got a fixed monthly cost at $325. And the cost of each jar of bath beads is $350. And we already know the variable for jars of bath beads, for jars, is X, correct? We've established that already. X is the number of jars that we sell. So write an equation that represents the cost as it relates to the number of jars like this. This feels very familiar. So this one, they didn't give us points. They just actually told us the answers. Can somebody figure out what B is? They actually just tell me what B is. And they just tell me what M is. Can you figure out what those are from what they told us? Does B have a variable on it? Is
Yeah,
B,
it's dollars. Or
well,
not.
yeah, it's going to have to be dollars. They're all
My
going to
bad.
have to be dollars. Yes.
Is B the 325?
Beautiful, because
Yeah.
B has no variable on it. So isn't B fixed? Isn't B a constant? Isn't that exactly what fixed costs should mean?
Yeah.
So 325 doesn't care how many jars we sell. That's just the fixed cost. That could go into, I don't know, materials needed and all this other stuff. I don't know. Now, what's the slope? They tell me the slope. How much should the cost change per jar? They just tell that to me. That's what the slope is. What goes in front of the X? How much does the cost change per jar?
350?
$3.
$3.50.
I love it. So I love this. Number one was they gave us 2 points. We had to figure out the slope. We had to figure out the y-intercept. Number three, I still have to find the equation of a line, but they gave me the information in a different way. They actually just gave it and like, please do this every time, book. Just tell me the slope and the y-intercept. That would be awesome. In this case, the c-intercept, but you know what I mean. So this is the equation of the cost. So this is another reason why I don't just want to make crazy amounts of these jars, because that costs me money, which pulls away from my profit. So that's why there's going to be this sweet point somewhere where the number of jars I sell is going to maximize my profit, because if I make too much, it's going to cost too much. Okay. So please help me out if I forget. Here's my revenue equation. Please, somebody have that written down. There's my cost equation. I'm going to ask you for those in a minute. I need help. All right, let me clear all this away. You guys doing okay out there? I know this is a business heavy morning. I'm sorry. Except for the people that love business, then this is great. All right, here we go. I'm going to clear all this away. All right, now this obviously makes sense. I should have asked this before I roll down here, but the revenue is the amount of money you take in, and the cost is the amount of money you put out. So what's our profit? Our profit should be the difference in those two. Doesn't that make sense? The profit is the amount of money you have left over from how much money you had to pay for your cost from your revenue. So revenue minus cost is profit. I like it. First, collect the socks, then profit. No, okay. So let me see. Let's figure out what this is. So let me remind you guys, revenue, or you remind me, is this right? Revenue, negative 1/40 x squared plus 22x, right?
Yes.
Cost, I can't remember now. I think it's
3.50 x
plus 325.
plus
Is that right?
3.5. Yes.
Whee! It's almost like I'm good with numbers. Yay. All right. So take a minute, don't say a word, figure out what the profit is. Oh, wait, don't say anything. There's something you got to be really careful about. Make sure you subtract the entire cost. All right, let me catch up to you. So the revenue is negative 1/40 x squared plus 22x. Here's the mistake. It's easy to make. This is not right. This is a mistake. Am I subtracting the whole cost? No, I just subtracted this part of the cost. I'm supposed to subtract the cost. So that's what they're talking about down here. We use parentheses when we want to do something to an entire thing. I want to subtract the whole cost. My profit should not be adding 325. It should be subtracting 325, because isn't that a cost? Okay, maybe. So now if I distribute and put my like terms together, I don't have much room here. Oh, I can use down here. Negative 1/40 x squared plus 22x minus 350x minus 325. So now my profit is negative 1/40 x squared. 22 minus 3 is 19, minus 50 cents is 18.50. Become a 325. Good Lord. Chumbawamba. Oh, why is it minus, Jeff? There we go, buddy. Good job, my friend. So it's plus 22 minus 350. It should be plus at the end, right? Bigger positive. Everybody okay out there? Anybody not okay?
No, how be minus 325?
Say again, sorry.
Because- Yeah, and when you put it down here, you say minus 325, but plus, okay, plus times minus. Okay, thank you.
Sure.
I find.
Excuse me, Professor, can you repeat it again, the from P, the last part?
Repeat it again. All right, so
Sorry.
let me make sure where I lost you here. Hold on. Let me erase some of this markings here. All right. You're okay with this here?
Yes.
Okay, and then all I did was combine these. This is 3.5, by the way. 22 minus 350 is 1850.
Okay, I got it. Thank you.
Sure, that's all I did, right? This is still here. This is still here, and I just combined my like terms. I like it. Look at us making an equation that models something in the real world, almost, sort of, kind of. Pretty close. Doesn't those look like ax squared plus bx plus c? It's in that form. Okay. So everybody got this written down? I'm going to need help remembering this in a minute. So now I know how the number of jars I sell, that I make and sell, affects my profit. So then I can have a target number of jars to make and sell. You guys with me out there? Have any of you guys ever went to like a deli or I don't know, somewhere that they make, like, you go there, if you're too late, they've run out of something?
Yes.
Yeah, barbecue.
Barbecue does it all the time. And
Yeah.
of course, barbecue has the whole thing about it takes so long to make certain dishes. They're not going to make so much, because if they make too much and they don't sell it all,
Just goes to waste.
exactly. Or maybe, you know, somebody eats it, but they're not making money off of it.
Yeah, grand old barbecue.
Yeah, so it's a little bit of a estimation as to demand versus how much money it takes to make something. So that's why certain places run out. And you get people all upset, and they're like, well, just go somewhere else. Okay, so I'm going to clear all this away. So we have developed a profit function for this jar of beads business. At least it's not snow cones. All right. All right, now we got some real stuff to do here. So let's see. Oh, can Jeff remember? Let's find out. Jeff, he's on a roll. Look at him go. Look at him go. And I've already forgotten. Wait, it's coming back. It's coming back. And it's there. I think it's there. Is that it?
Yes.
I'll never know.
Yep.
And in
Yes.
fact,
that
let
is
me
it.
be, sorry. I did good. Thank you. Shit. Let me make this a little more official. Ooh, it's in function notation. So the question here is, what is the profit if I sell 200 jars? All right, take a minute and figure that out for me. What is my profit if we sell 200 jars? I'm going to do this in your head, Joe. Yes. Oh, somebody's chatting at me. I think so. Does anyone else get the answer yet? Oh shit, now it's out of my head. There it is. 1350, 2650. Yeah, I think it's 20. Is it 2325? Is that what you got?
I think it's 25.
Is it 75?
25.
25. That's what I think it is. I think it's 2325. Anybody else get the answer yet?
I got 2375.
Ooh, okay. All right. So let me see. Maybe I should do this in the calculator. I'm doing it in my head.
I also got 2375.
23 what?
75.
75. Okay, so let's see. I think it's probably 2375. Let me see. What did I do wrong? 20. Jeff, why aren't you doing it in the calculator? Because my calculator died. You have a calculator on the computer. Oh, that's right. Oh, crap. I can't access it. That sucks. There we go. Oh, let's see. 200 squared divided by 40. It's negative 1,000. 200 times 18.5. So that's 27. Oh, there it is. Yeah, 2,700. So it should be 2375. Yes. So the 2375 wins. All right, now go ahead and do number 7. Do the whole thing again, but with 600 jars. Let's all see if Math Boy can get closer with this one. Come on, Math Boy. You can do it, Jeff. There we go, buddy. Oh, I don't know. Oh, that's too much to keep my head. No, I can't do it. Let's write it down, Jeff. So this would be
It's going to be 7,125.
You sure about that?
I got 1,775.
Yeah. So I think this is negative 9,000. I think this is oh shit, where is it, Jeff? 0, 3, 1, 5, 11. I think that's what it is. And then that gets you 218. What'd you get again? 1775?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I get. Okay. So when they sell 200, oh, we got a chat. Okay, good. I got confirmation. When 200 jars of bath beads, we make $2,375. 600 jars, we make $1,775. How in the world can the boutique make less money selling more bath beads? Has anyone been paying any attention? How does that make sense? They sell more bath beads and yet they make less money.
Is the price, so we've now hit a point where the price is not.
Yeah, so there's 2
Interacting.
factors. I love it.
Yeah.
Yes. So remember, to sell more jars, we have to reduce the price per jar. And if we want to sell more jars, we have to make more jars. So not only are you spending more money to make the jars, you are selling them at a lower price each. So of course you're going to make less money if you go too far. I don't know if you guys are with us or not. So again, there's a sweet spot somewhere in there because we know this is a down parabola. We want to identify what that highest profit is. All right, I have no idea if you guys are with me. Okay, let me clear this away.
So, sorry, Professor, can you explain what happened? I didn't understand in other way. Just tell me because my English is not good enough.
So 200 jars leads to $2,375 profit. 600 jars leads to $1,775 profit. So we sell more jars, but our profit goes down. Why does that make sense? Because to sell more jars, I'd have to lower the price of each jar. We saw that in problem number 1, remember? To sell more jars, I have to lower the price of each jar. If I lower the price and I sell more, I have to make more, and that costs money. So there are two things happening. I have to lower the price of each jar, and I have to spend more to make them. So that's why it makes sense that if I make too many and try to sell too many, I'm actually going to have lower profit than I could have. So people might,
thank you.
Yeah, people might come into my store and I'm like, I'm sorry, I've sold out of all my bead jars, whatever they you want to call it. I'm sorry. This whole idea is kind of weird to me. Jars of beads. I've sold out, maybe come back next week or something. We have like a target number per week or something. You guys kind of with me? I mean, these are basic considerations for any business. Let me clear all this away. You guys ready? Okay, it's going away. Clear. What's the profit if the boutique sells no bath beads? So that's pretty easy. If they sell no jars of bath beads, what's X then?
0.
Yeah, so what's P of 0? Isn't this going to be 0 plus 0 minus 325? So negative 325. Okay, so we could sell too many and we could sell too few, right? Okay, we can't really do number 10 too well because you don't have to have any of this stuff, but let's do this. Let me show you a really neat program. I think we'll graph this, we'll take a look at it, and then I'll let us go a little bit early. So let me open this really cool graphing program. Let's see if you guys agree with me that it's cool. Can't be that cool, Jeff. Okay. You can, anybody who's got internet access can use this graphing utility. It's called Desmos. So all I need is somebody to, in fact, I can even put it in here like this. So let me know if I get something wrong here. You do it, Jeff. Is that right? All right, let's graph it. What? Oh, you probably don't like this. There we go. Look at this.
So it'll give you a really big parabola. Is that what we're looking at? Oh, a really steep one.
Yeah, buddy. Really skinny. Here's the neat thing. See how this isn't A really tiny? Negative 1/40th. It's really tiny. The smaller A is, the skinnier my parabola is. So if this was 40, it would be a fat parabola. It would be like, wow. The smaller A is, the skinnier it is. So watch what's really cool about this Desmos program. You ready? I'm going to click the graph and see how it calculates the y-intercept. Why is the y-intercept? Wait a minute. Oh, that's the x-intercept down here. Okay. There's the y-intercept. Look, isn't that exactly what we just said? You guys with me? 0 jars, $325 lost. Here's the x-intercept. What's this point all about? Here's one of the x-intercepts, and here's another x-intercept. What are those 2 points called? Those 2 points are when my profit is what?
And those are your breaking even points.
Breaking even. I love it. Breaking even. Not breaking bad. We're just breaking even. Although in breaking bad, they could have broken even. I don't know. And then this, of course, is the what?
The highest profit, I think.
Good. The highest profit. It's called the vertex. How many jars do we need to make and sell to get that sweet spot, that highest profit?
370.
370. And how much money would we make in that case?
$3,097.50.
There you go. Don't forget my 50 cents. I love it. Isn't that kind of cool? It's a free thing. You don't have to get like a TI calculator. You can do this free online, Desmos. It's kind of nifty. It's kind of nifty. Here, I can even do this. All right, I'm just going to do a little extra now. Watch. Watch this. So if I make the, this is a little bit too crazy. So if I make A bigger and bigger, it gets skinnier and skinnier. If I make A smaller and smaller, it gets fatter and fatter. Anyway, sorry, that's enough. Sorry. So that's something that you don't have to do, right? But that's out there for you. The Desmos thing is out there for you anytime you want to use it. Let me see. Was there something else I wanted to say? Where else are they going with this? Oh, okay. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, okay. All right. So we can do the rest tomorrow, I think. I think that's enough for today. What do you guys think? A little bit early? That's fine. We all deserve it. Let me know if you need to hang out. Otherwise, you are free to go.
Okay, thank you so much, Professor.
Welcome. Go buy some bath beads or not.
Jars.
Yes, they must be in jars. Everybody okay? I'm gonna head out.
Professor, I
Yes.
don't know if I'm unmuted. Oh, okay. I have a question.
Yes.
Okay, 1 second.